Welcome to Walker High School. Tonight, the Wildcats take on the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets at 7:30. Presented to you by Walker High School Media Productions.
This will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky!
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call David Bryan in Walker today.
Welcome to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux along with Jimmy Guidry. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast between the Walker Wildcats and the visiting Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. This is a District 4-5A contest. And Jimmy, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing great tonight. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing very well, sir. I'm excited about this game. If we get excited about any game, it's always going to be Walker versus Denham.
Oh, I love Walker versus Denham. You know, it's a great rival. It's, you know, there's rivals in Baton Rouge that kind of compare, but you know, when these schools are 5-7 minutes away from each other, you know, you just never know what to expect.
Absolutely. Both teams come in with different records, if you will, so to speak. Wildcats come in with a record of 9-14, 1-4 in district, and Denham comes in with an overall record of 17-6, 3-2 in district. And any of those victories mean a little bit more than the others as far as Denham Springs goes, Jimmy.
Well, you know, Denham Springs, you know, they also won the Livingston Parish tournament, so, you know, they can call themselves champions already this year. You know, that's a big boost, you know, mentally. You know, it helps them out in road games just to know that they can go somewhere and win. You know, they've been pretty even on the road and at home. I think they have 3 losses on the road and 3 losses at home. So, you know, they've played some good basketball this year.
Yeah, they have. The game you're watching right now is the junior varsity game between Denham Springs and Walker High School. At the current time, the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets junior varsity leads the Walker High School junior varsity 50-41. And as soon as that game is over, then we'll have the varsity from both of these teams, and we look forward to that. Before the game started, I was able to get an interview with Coach Wingate, and we're going to do that. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to try to get to an interview with Coach Wingate and Coach Skro. So we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on Me TV.
There you are. Hey, we're so glad you can make it today. We didn't know if you were going to get caught up in traffic or last minute case of the runs. I know how that can be. But come on in. Everybody's waiting for you. Who's everybody? Look, everybody. So come on in and let us show you around. You know, this whole thing right now, this is about you. You're about to make a decision to go to one of the best high schools in Southeast Louisiana. But first, we're going to show you what makes us Walker.
What makes us Walker? Maybe it's the fact that we offer over 225 different courses.
Or maybe it's the 20 varsity sports.
Students here have the opportunity to earn college credit while still in high school.
We have classes for every type of student, from numerous AP and dual enrollment courses all the way to vocational classes such as AutoCAD and news journalism.
But it's so much more than just the academics. It's the experience.
It's the Friday night lights with your friends and family.
We at Walker High have a community that loves and supports us.
You know, sometimes it's hard to find the right words to explain something. But sometimes you just get this feeling. Do you know that feeling? The feeling that this is the place with the most opportunities. Feeling that this is the right place for you. So come join us here at Walker, because here you belong.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Guidry. Tonight's contest between the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and your Walker Wildcats. Before the game started, I was able to get an interview with visiting Denham Springs head coach Wingate. So if the guys back in the studio can air that for us right now, we'd love to see it. Time is Denham Springs High School head boys basketball coach, Coach Wingate. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Coach, the talk of the district and the talk of the parish is you're going to be retiring from coaching basketball. So tell us what came into that decision for you.
Well, I've been doing this for 26 years, and it was just felt like it was time. My sons graduated. Both sons are graduating. I have twin boys that are graduating this year. It's just I felt like after 26 years, it was I'm tired, and I'd like to go home at 3 o'clock after school and see what that's like for a little while. And you know, if that drives me crazy, I'll find something else to do.
Gotcha, Coach. All right, talking about the game tonight, Walker versus Denham. Kind of go through your starting five and what each player brings to the court for the Yellow Jackets.
Twan Starks is our point guard. He's a physical point guard. He's been with me for 4 years, and he's a leader on the court. Torrey Odom is a slashing two-man for us. He brings a lot of energy, probably my best defensive stopper. Monterio Whitley is a strong four-man for me. He can he's thicker. He rebounds well, good offensive rebounds. Therese Kinchin is inside-outside scorer, physical player, an offensive threat pretty much all the time. He can go off at any time. And Zach Davidson is pretty much does it all. He's inside-outside threat. He leads the team in steals. He leads the team in rebounds. He's just an important player for us.
Coach, what would be your overall offensive game plan for tonight versus the Walker Wildcats?
Well, offensively, we want to push it up the floor as fast as possible. We want to play a fast game, as that's what we've been doing and since the beginning of this year. And it's I think we do not want to walk the ball down. We want to push it up, maybe beat the zone down the court. Since I know Walker, Anthony does a good job with the zone. We want to try to get down there before the zone's set up.
And Coach, defensively, what are you planning to do to slow down the Wildcats tonight?
Well, we want to speed them up to slow them down, so to speak.
Okay.
We want to speed the game up. We'll probably press a little bit, maybe a lot, and try to play a fast-paced game. That's what I think that'd be the best thing that we can do.
And finally, Coach, Walker versus Denham. The gym's going to be packed tonight. What does this game mean to you and your team coming and play this rivalry of very close teams close to each other?
Well, first off, I don't think of it as a rival where I dislike the opponents, and I think it's a friendly rivalry. I think Anthony and I get along well. He and I talk. help each other with scouting reports. You know, he's just a good guy. I really like him a lot. He's been a pleasure to coach against all these years. And you know, the communities, it's really not like there were some other teams out there that we really kind of butt heads with a little bit harder, you know, but it's a friendly rivalry. It's a great community, very close community, and I'm looking forward. This is part of what I'm going to miss, you know, about the coaching. You know, I'll enjoy coming to the games, and but it's, you know, I will miss this. I'll miss the camaraderie with Anthony and the other coaches and the players, of course.
Well, Coach, best of luck on your retirement, and thank you for your time tonight, and good luck to the Yellow Jackets tonight.
Thank you.
And that was our interview with Coach Wingate, and you know, really a class guy. You know, he taught me a lot about broadcasting, and as far as announcing, as far when he comes over here, you know, told me some things. Hey, it should be done this way. He said, look, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just want to teach you, you know. So he did teach me a lot of stuff, and I'm sorry to see him go.
Yeah, I mean, I have actually a history with Coach Wingate. You know, he was at Bel Air whenever I was at Woodlawn. So, you know, our Woodlawn teams played his Bel Air teams. You know, he's always been, you know, a great stand-up guy. So, you know, he's had a great career. So, you know, I hate to see him go as well.
Yeah, we'll like to see what happens as far as the basketball game goes tonight. Jimmy, talk about the comparison and contrast of styles of the game we saw versus Central versus what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, Central, you know, really slow played that game. You know, I think it was like 14-8 at halftime,
right,
something like that. Some really low scoring game. It's like, but Denham likes to play fast. You know, we've seen it here in JV. You know, they have 54 points in this game with a little bit with about half a minute left to play. So, you know, I can expect the same thing from the varsity. You know, they're going to play fast. They're going to get after it up tempo style.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we still got our interview with Coach Skro to get to also. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll try to get that interview with Coach Skro. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on Me TV.
JROTC, a character and leadership building course sponsored by the U.S. Marine Corps. We're an elective class that gives you a PE and health credit if enrolled for 2 years. Take 2 years of JROTC and enter the military with a higher rank and pay. JROTC isn't a requirement to join the military. JROTC has a number of extracurricular activities that include armed and unarmed competition drill teams, color guards, PT teams, and competition marksmanship teams. Get ready to serve your country. JROTC.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Gidra here with you for tonight's contest between the visiting Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the home team Walker Wildcats. Before the game started, I was able to interview Coach Wingate from Denham Springs High School, and also was able to interview Coach Anthony Skro. So let's get to that interview at this time. Hello, I'm Chris Ledoux, and joining me at this time is Walker High School head boys basketball coach Anthony Skro. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm making it, Chris. I'm doing all right.
Coach, let's start out with a little review, if you will, of last time we were on TV, the game versus Central. Very unique first half, something I've never seen before in my life. One player from Central scoring all the points and getting all the fouls. Have you ever seen that before in your life?
No, that's something that is unusual. Of course, you know, Central came in with a game plan to kind of slow the game down. Well, really slow the game down. And, you know, saying that, he only had 14 points at halftime because the halftime score was 14-8, which is kind of a crazy in itself right there.
14-8 at halftime, and he had all the points, and there was 2 fouls by Central. He's the one that scored all the fouls, too. So I've never seen a game like that, and unfortunately the Wildcats did not win. This Walker Wildcats. Tell us about the ending of the game.
Well, you know, we made some adjustments at halftime to speed the game up, and it worked a little bit. You know, we had a hard time. We had some missed opportunities. You know, towards the end of the game, we tied it a few times, sent it to overtime, and then even in overtime had a chance to tie the game back up and miss a shot late. They did a good job of making their free throws there down at the end. And like I said, we just come up a little short there with some missed opportunities.
Your next game tonight versus Denham Springs High School, and everybody knows that this will be Wingate's last season. So what is your relationship with him, and tell us about what you're going to miss about him retiring?
I'll tell you what, Win is a well-respected coach in the coaching circle, in the basketball family. He's done a lot of good things in his career. He's just good integrity, high moral values, and his teams are going to do things right. And that's what he does. Just me and his relationship, and we have a great relationship with Win. Me and him get along. If he needs help with something, I don't mind helping him out at all. And if I need something, he's there anytime I need something. So Win's just a well-respected guy that we're gonna miss here in Livingston Parish.
In my interview with Win, he said that this was a friendly rivalry game, but the gym is going to show you it's going to be a packed house tonight. What does this game mean to the Walker Wildcats playing Denham Springs?
Well, we're 5 minutes down the road from each other, so that's always makes it a bigger issue than what it really is. Now, as a coach, you just look at it as another game, as another district victory that you need to try and get. Maybe your guys, maybe the fans are a little more amped up, and it's a little bragging rights game. But for us, we got to try to keep our cool, keep our composure, and just make the right decisions at the right time as a coaching staff, make the right plays at the right time as players.
Now, Coach, each week we talk about your starting five. You said you're going to shake things up a little bit tonight, so give us your starting five and what each player brings to the court for the Wildcats.
Right, well, we're going to stick with Michael Scott and Tyler Dice, of course, because they were doing a lot of our scoring here recently. They're playing really well. Jacoby Scott's still going to start at the point guard position, but we're going to move a couple of younger guys into the starting lineup, and Darius Hampton and Dalton Moore. We're hoping that Hampton will bring a little quickness to us, maybe a little, defensive intensity and things like that. And Dalton Moore, hopefully a little outside shooting and something like that. But, of course, those guys that are coming out of the lineup, they'll be key for us as well because they'll come in the game as soon as we need them.
And both of those guys freshmen, right?
Yeah, the ones that are coming into the starting lineup, yes.
All right, and finally, Coach, give us the keys to the victory for the Wildcats tonight.
We've got to limit our turnovers because Denham likes to press, and they like to run, and they like to play fast. So we need to limit our turnovers, not give them easy point, fast break opportunities. We also need to just dictate tempo is what we need to do. We need to kind of, not necessarily slow it down like the Central game, but we need to get the tempo and the pace that we like and take it out of their pace. And, of course, the small things like, rebounding battle, shoot the ball better than we did last time out, and just things like that.
Coach, we appreciate your time, and best of luck to the Wildcats tonight.
All right, thank you, Chris.
That was Walker High School head boys basketball coach Anthony Skro. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on Me TV. And that was our interview with Anthony Skro there, Walker High School head boys basketball coach. And Jimmy, what do you think about him kind of shaking up the lineup for tonight's contest versus Denham Springs?
Yeah, he's going with the lineup that's actually, played the best for him the last couple of games. Early on in district, I know he wanted to play the guys that he thought had the most experience, but, as they've played on and everybody's gotten different minutes, Hampton and Moore really have played well these last couple of games.
Right. And it all depends on how you do with the time you're given. They may not be starting,
right,
but whenever they are on the court for the Wildcats, they are being productive as far as making baskets and things like that, and doing what's asked of him by Coach Skro and his staff.
Right, and so, there has to be a balance as well. There can't just be five starters on the floor. You got to have somebody that can play defense, some shutdown defense like Hampton, and somebody who does some intangibles and rebounds well like Moore. So, they might not be Hampton and Moore might not be your best scorers. You got other guys that can come off the bench and score, but they give you a more well-rounded team, in my opinion.
Looking at the score on your screen right now, 56-54. That is the junior varsity game that's going on right now with a couple of seconds left. We got 7.2 seconds to go, and Denham Springs is leading by only 2 points, and the Yellow Jackets are at the line right now. So kind of an exciting game right now. And so we can kind of stick with this and maybe do a little bit of play-by-play action on this game because very interesting situation right now. They're at the line. If he makes this, it's going to be a 3-point lead. If he misses, the Wildcats get the rebound. They can go down and tie. And so he makes it, so it's a 3-point lead. 7 seconds. Wildcats driving down, trying to get the 3-point shot, shooting, and just off the mark. And the fans get another rebound, shooting again. 2 chances for the Wildcats to win.
So
the final
close.
score: Denham Springs 57 and the Wildcats 54. That is the end of the junior varsity contest. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the varsity, we'll have the starting lineup and the varsity of the game. So thank you for watching so far, but it's going to be even more exciting when Denham plays Walker. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on Me TV.
I'm Sheriff Jason Ard. My primary concern is the well-being and safety of you, our citizens. Having worked in law enforcement for more than 20 years, I also know how important it is to provide good role models for our future leaders. That's why I choose to invest in our school resource officers and our Explorer program.
The Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office has an SRO assigned to every school in the parish. Local high schoolers are also in training to help provide a safe learning environment in Livingston Parish.
Promises made, promises kept. Jerry Lane is outstanding.
Service, selection, they've got it all. You can count on Jerry Lane. Always lead to. You can count on.
We use our camera phones to save special moments in time. Now, capturing this moment can save you time. Introducing Mobile Deposit from Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Hey you! Yes, you! Nowadays, going to a bank is time-consuming. Have you ever thought of online banking? It helps you manage your money when it's ideal for you, and saves your time. So, are you ready to try something new? Give it a go. Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
This game has been brought to you by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
To Walker High School, Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Gitter, and here come the Wildcats. They are breaking their huddle for their pregame warm-up, so to speak, and the fans are really screaming here. Very excited. I'm excited for some basketball and the music playing, and I'm ready, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm excited too. You know, it's really starting to fill out here. The students are doing a good job filling out the student section, and you know, it looks like we've got fans from both sides here tonight.
Our next game on television will be this Friday, January 30th. The Broadmoor Lady Bucks will be right here in the Glenn Ellis Gym to take on the Lady Cats from Walker High School. Your next game for the Walker Wildcats will be January 29th, which will be a Thursday, taking on Broadmoor at Broadmoor. 5 o'clock the first game, 6:15 the JV game, and 7:30 will be the varsity game. And Jimmy, a little trivia question for you here. Let's see if you can remember and test your knowledge a little bit. Why will the boys be playing on Thursday and not Friday against Broadmoor?
You got me, Chris.
I got you stumped, them. The reason why
is because we have a girls' game here Friday?
It's because Broadmoor High School head basketball coach coaches the boys and the girls.
Oh, well, there you go.
So he has to be there for the boys' game Thursday, and then he'll be over here at the Glenn Ellis Gym for the girls' game on Friday. So it's kind of hard to be in two places at one time. So that's why
I was partially correct.
Yeah, you were absolutely correct. I think you knew the answer the whole time. You just wanted to make sure that I got my spotlight to.
Yeah,
to
I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Thank you, Jimmy.
That's what it was. Yep.
Appreciate that. I'll tell you what, shaking up the lineup tonight by Coach Skro, I kind of like it. You know, a couple of those freshmen, they got a lot of minutes coming in, and in Moore and Hampton. So we'll have to see if they have that early maturity, and this really could blossom into their whole career as far as being a sophomore, junior, and senior. This could really take off tonight.
Yeah, and it also helps that they basically get a warm-up game in JV. So it's not like sometimes you kind of come out cold in the first quarter, or not really feeling it. Well, I mean, they've had a whole game to find their groove and get their momentum going. So I like this idea too. Keep them fresh, keep them going. You don't want them to play a second half of a JV game and then sit them on the bench and then try to get them off again. And have to make them basically try to catch a second win in the first or second quarter. So I like it as well.
I do as well. And you hear the fans screaming now. That means the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets have now taken the court for their pregame warm-ups. And so, as we said, these two cities 5 miles from each other, and a lot of fans from both places. You wouldn't think this is a Tuesday night here at the Glen Ellis Gym. It looks like a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good crowd here tonight. So I'm excited, but. Even though I'm still pretty young, Chris, if we keep having games like this JV game and the game against Central, somebody might have to pick me up off the floor. I don't know if I can handle too many more of those.
Well, this should be interesting for the fans at home. As we mentioned, the last game we played against Central, it was a very slow-played game by Central. They slowed the pace down. And it looks like, speaking to Coach Wingate, like he saw the game, he's like, well, we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to play fast. And so it would be a totally different type of situation that we're going to be looking at that we had last game versus Central, but the game went to overtime. The Wildcats were right there with them.
Yeah, and so instead of seeing a 34-33 score like we did on January 23rd, and that was actually in overtime, we'll probably see something in the high 40s, low 50s here tonight. It'll be an exciting game. They'll go back and forth. Each team will probably go on runs. So I think the one thing Walker really needs to do is play good defense, good solid, hard-nosed defense and rebound well. Because Denham Springs has some length and they have some size over here that if you don't play good defense and rebound on that first miss, that length will give you some trouble.
Absolutely. If you look at the clock on your screen there, you see we're about 2 minutes off. The clock had some adjusting to do on the game clock, and make sure both teams had their full 10 minutes to warm up, so we won't start exactly at 7:30 like we're scheduled, but it's a couple of minutes after that. It'll be no problem for either team.
Yeah, it just gives us more time to talk.
So tonight's contest, the Wildcats are coming 1-4 in district. This is a District 4-5A contest, and we'll have to see what the Wildcats can do to slow down the Denham game. Last game, Walker really played into the hands of Central as far as slowing the game down. How does the Wildcats not play into the fast pace that Denham is going to try to dictate?
Well, I think they kind of almost do better going a little faster. I don't know that they're going to want to go to Denham's speed, but as we saw in the second half against Central, when they pressed and got after it, they forced a lot of turnovers to Central and really got some easy baskets that were able to get them back in the game and come back and put that game into overtime.
And Coach Wingate alluded that he is going to be pressing the Wildcats as far as like a full court press and stuff during the whole game, or a lot of the game is what he mentioned. Now, we need to get to the starting lineup, kind of get an idea of who's going to be starting for the Wildcats. And I want to tell you that whenever they initially spoke to Coach Skro about the starting lineup, he said everything was going to be the same. And then, one of those coaching decisions that you have is the ability to make changes whenever you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can, like we've talked about before, a coach can just have a inkling or a feeling, about what he wants to do in a game, and or a kid could spout off at him, or something in the locker room pregame, or do something that he didn't like in the last practice, or just anything that can change the coach's mind.
It's not official until they actually step onto the court. So what we're going to do right now, after we're ready in the booth, we'll show the Walker High School starting lineup at this time. Starter, number 14, that is Tyler Dice, showing off a little muscle. Says feed me more, 5'10", senior, playing guard. Next starter, Michael Scott, Mr. Athletic, number 12, 6'1", senior, playing forward. Very exciting player to watch. When he gets hot, he can really score from anywhere on the court. Next starter listed, Garrett Carlisle, number 20, 6'2", junior. Saying you got to play smart, playing forward. Looking for good things from him. Pass the ball off to Brennan Anderson, number 24, 5'10", senior, forward. Mr. Personality, as I like to call him, as you can tell by him watching him. Next starter that was listed, number 10, that is Jacoby Scott, sophomore, playing guard, 5'9", can shoot it from all over the court. And so that's not going to be the official starting lineup for the Wildcats tonight, as you mentioned when we did our interview with Coach Skro. Going to change things up, get a couple of freshmen in the game. And those are not the only freshmen that can play for the Wildcats, right?
Yes, I mean, we have Jalen Perkins as well, and as well as Darius Hampton that we're going to see. This is a very, balanced team. We got some seniors on this team, some freshmen. They got Walker has it, all the way through. Denham Springs, on the other hand, they seem like a very experienced, a very upper class type team. Looks like they only have about 2 freshmen on their roster and no sophomores. So, they're a very experienced team, and that's something that Walker's going to have to, try to keep up with here tonight.
And looking at your screen right now, you see a lot of fans here tonight, almost a packed house as we get closer and closer towards tip-off. A great crowd on hand, and we look for some very exciting basketball, and I'm just ready for this thing to get started. We got 1 minute and 44 seconds to go. So, Jim, if you will, kind of give us the Denham Springs starters.
Yeah, and again, nothing's official until we see them on the floor. But from what we have number 20, Aldora's Odom, a junior. Number 23, Tawan Starks. He's a senior. Number 24, senior Zach Davidson. Number 30, junior Torres Kinchin. And if you can remember back far enough, we called his name a little bit during football season as well.
Absolutely.
And number 40, senior Monterio Whitley. So, there's 7 seniors on this team, very senior-led team, and they start 3 of them. So, hopefully some youth and exuberance by Walker will serve them well tonight.
Of course, Coach Wingate is going to do a good job of scouting the Wildcats and knows what they do and knows try to take them out of rhythm, as well as Coach Skro, scouting the Yellow Jackets. And so hopefully this shaking things up by putting the 2 freshmen in to give them something that they haven't really seen on film as far as the starters and how you prepare for them. And then you won't know how to go about it until the game actually starts.
Yeah, so, we have about less than 30 seconds here until we're going to get things going here at Glenelg's gym. And I'm just excited for it to start.
Me too. Yellow Jackets are still warming up. They got 30 seconds to do their official warm-up. There will be no Star Spangled Banner or no introduction, so to speak. Kind of a everybody kind of gets on me like, hey, why aren't you doing this? I'm like, hey, I'm calling the game, doing the play-by-play stuff. I can't.
Right.
I would love to do the introductions and things like that, but it's a little bit too hard for me to do both of them at one time.
Yeah, you don't even get to play your music, Chris.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. But when you're the DJ, you get to play your favorite song. So every time I play music, it's all the songs I want to hear.
This is true.
Yep. All right, we're about ready to tip things off here at the Glen Ellis Gym. Denham Springs Yellow Jackets taking on the Walker Wildcats District 4-5A contest. Let's kind of go over Denham's district record at this time. 3-2 coming into the district. They won their first game against Live Oak 57-37 to go 1-0 in district. Then they won against Broadmoor 76-67. Broadmoor, a team with a record of 13-9 at this time. Then they went on to lose at Central 59-70. Then they went on to lose to Scotlandville, a very, very good team, 63-44, which got them to 2-2 in district. And then just last Friday, they beat Zachary 68-80 to go to 3-2 in district. And what about the Wildcats district record?
Yeah, so the Wildcats are 1-4, could be 2-3 or even better 3-2 if a couple things would have gone their way.
All right, we are ready for the tip. It will be Scott taking on Zach Davidson for the Yellow Jackets, and Davidson wins it as he tips it out of bounds. And now we have a jump ball situation, so they'll re-jump again. Davidson, the senior, number 24, against Michael Scott, and almost a tip ball tie there for both teams, but the Yellow Jackets do not win the tip. It'll be Wildcat ball. Tyler Dice shoots and scores. Quick 2 points for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a great job of just getting the points on early and getting it going. They really need to start out quick and fast here.
Wildcats will defend the Yellow Jackets out of bounds now. We'll have to see this fast pace that Denham talked about as Starks will take the ball out for the Yellow Jackets. Give the ball to Davidson. The top of the key, number 40, that will be Whitley. Shooting from the other side. And missing is Starks. Darius Hampton, the freshman we talked about, throwing the ball now for the Wildcats. Swinging around to Dice on the left side. Traveling around the arc, looks nothing there to Hampton. And to Dice. Michael Scott drives, shoots barely off the rim. Dalton Moore, into Jacoby Scott. Jacoby shoots, misses. Rebound by Davidson. And kick the ball out to Odom. He drives, looks out, kicks it out. Number 30, that's Perez Kinchin. Trying to make something happen. Driving, missing is Starks. Rebound by the Wildcats. Fast break by Michael Scott again. Drives, misses again, the easy layup. Rebound by Davidson again. Back the other way again. That's Odom driving, passes it off to Perez Kinchin, and he scores 2 for the Yellow Jackets off the knee of Dice. Wow.
Yeah, and that's another a turnover by Walker. Michael Scott has had 2 good looks. He just couldn't finish them there. They could be up, 6-2 here. They just need to calm down a little bit and play their game, and they can stay right here with them.
Pass the ball, 3-point attempt by Odom is off the mark. Rebound by Moore. Darius Hampton will have the ball. That is Dice with the ball. Jacoby Scott now, the headband. Drives, kicks it out to Darius Hampton. Setting up the offense here a little bit.
Yeah, and Darius Hampton and Moore are doing a great job of rebounding and other things. And then we see a good block by Zach Davidson.
The big senior there, looks like he stands about 6'4" out there, and a lanky guy, but he can get up. Wildcats will take the ball out. Darius Hampton, freshman, will inbound it over to Jacoby Scott. 5:55 to play in the first period. We are tied at 2. Kind of a scary pass, but makes it to Moore. There's Jacoby Scott. Trying to set up the offense. Darius Hampton now. Not being guarded very closely at this time. Feed to Moore. Kick it out to Scott, into Michael Scott this time. He drives, and this time he makes it.
Yeah, and that's the Michael Scott we're normally used to seeing, where he gets the ball and sees what he has in front of him and makes a good move to the basket.
Perez Kinchin passes up to Odom at the top. Pass it around to 23, that's Starks. Shoots, and Davidson scores 2 for the Yellow Jackets. There's that press Coach Wingate was talking about, and stepping out of bounds is Whitley.
Yeah, and that's a good break for Walker right there, because they really telegraphed that pass and gave the easy turnover.
Sometimes when they end that fast break stuff and the half-court pressure, sometimes it's best just to stay with the ball and dribble through it. The coach wants them to pass it, and that's the safer sometimes. Michael Scott got a foul on the court. We'll have to see who it goes against. Fouls against 24. That is Zach Davison, his first.
Yeah, that's actually a good break for Denham Springs, because Scott had the easy to lay up for 2 points.
Brennan Anderson inbounds for the Wildcats. Dalton Moore to Hampton. Being lightly guarded by Starks. Moore again. Davidson on him. Whitley on that side with the headband on. Well, of course, all 4 of the Yellow Jackets have headbands on, except Davidson. Tyler Dice has the headband on for Walker. Kick it out to Brendan Anderson, likes the 3, shoots and misses. Rebound by Kinchin. We'll bring it down and slow it down for the Yellow Jackets. To the top, Davidson, and over to Starks.
Yeah, and so Walker really needed to follow their shot on those 3-pointers instead of running down the court. They could have had maybe an extra opportunity.
Odom shoots and scores for Denham Springs. Scores now 6-4. Pass to Michael Scott, drives hard, and Davidson gets a hand on it. Kick it out to Starks. Get pass inside to Odom, And no shot there. We got a foul.
Yeah, and that was that's one of the things that Denham Springs does well is in transition and fast breaks. They can really move the ball down the floor and try to get some quick and good looks at the basket.
Foul goes against number 14, Tyler Dice, his first, team foul number 1. At the line for the Yellow Jackets is number 20, Odom, the junior, shoots and misses. Garrett Carlisle checks in for the Wildcats, and Michael Scott will have a seat on the bench. Probably a breather timeout since he's been making so many moves toward the goal. And Odom makes his first free throw of the 2 attempts. Brennan Anderson now with the ball for the Wildcats. Over to Darius Hampton. Passes through. Triple coverage there. Tipped by the Yellow Jackets and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's good that it was a tip because that was close to being another turnover here in the first.
That's Hampton, the freshman. The ball to Tyler Dice. Will be kick it out to Hampton. Guarded by Starks. Garrett Carlisle in the game now for the Wildcats. Dalton Moore kind of standing there with the ball, controls it now. Brennan Anderson. Oh, off the fingertips of Hampton.
Yeah, and so, we're going to see Scott and Scott come back in the game here. They're to give Moore and Hampton, the freshmen, a break. So this is what we normally see as their traditional starting 5, and let's see how they do on defense right here.
Odom kicks it out to the right side. That is Starks. Back up to the top. Odom to Starks to Davidson. Blocked by Garrett Carlisle. Good job. Bring the ball down. Tyler Dice. And he's going to be out of bounds. Blocked by Odom.
Yeah, so we had a block on one end, and they came right back and had the block on the other end. There's 2 good defensive plays by both teams.
3 minutes to play in the first period. 7-4. Denham Springs leads Walker High School. Brennan Anderson will take the ball in for the alley-oop look. Michael Scott cannot get the alley-oop. And he's blocked again by Odom. Give the ball to Kinchin. Odom, give and go, the up and down. Very nice play right there for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and Denham's doing a good job. There's another turnover, and they're going to have a foul on the floor here.
Like to see the foul goes against number 24 is a foul against Brennan Anderson, his first. That'll be team foul number 2. And now we have a timeout. The Wildcats, Coach Skro is calling a timeout. That is a 30-second timeout, and they'll take it right now.
Yeah, and so that's a good timeout for Coach Skro to take. He really needs to get this momentum down from Denham Springs and really play, give his team a little pep talk so they can get back in here.
So it's been very physical. I would say this type of game, going back and forth as far as the block shots and the things Michael Scott is trying to do. Every time he gets the ball, it's like he sees an opening in the paint and he's going for it, which is a good aggressive thing. The only thing is they're not finishing and they're not falling for him.
Yeah, and Denham Springs is doing a really good job playing some good help side defense to come over on Scott once he gets to the basket. He hasn't had an easy look. The only easy look he had was the layup that was called off by the foul on the floor. So, Denham Springs doing a great job rotating and not making it easy for Scott.
Starks will take the ball out for the Yellow Jackets. Starting 5 that was there already will be the same starting 5. The referees are making some kind of adjustment here, making sure everybody's in the right position and right areas of play, so to speak. Starks looking, and we'll get the ball to Kitchen at the top of the circle. Kitchen kicks it out to Whitley. Back to Starks at the top. There's Kitchen again, looking for Odom. Over to Starks. Back to Odom again. Right side at the top of the key is Kinchin again. Being guarded by Dice. Soft zone by the Wildcats. Intercepted by Brennan Anderson. Jacoby Scott shoots and scores too.
Yeah, that was a good job by Jacoby Scott just to get the up and under and keep the play alive.
And we got a traveling call now against Kinchin. Perez Kinchin gets the traveling call for the Yellow Jackets, and they'll turn it over. And the Walker fans are really on him. The student section is all over him for the the call. Tyler Dice now trying to get the ball across half court. Michael Scott gets the ball to half court. Dice now controls it. Jacoby Scott fell down, but he did a nice recovery on it. Garrett Carlisle shoots in and out. Rebound by Davidson. Get the ball to Starks. Gonna slow things down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and Walker's doing a great job right here on defense and really trapping like you see right here. They just have to get back on defense on the rotation.
Odom was in the paint, chose not to shoot it, and Kinchin misses the three. And Jacoby Scott going to drive into the paint. Soft touch, does not fall. Brendan Anderson from three. Short. Rebound by Starks. Oh, excuse me, that is Kinchin. Give to Davidson downside in the paint. The post, Starks, long three-pointer, does not go. Ball bouncing around there. Brendan Anderson gets it. Jacoby Scott can get down quick. Shoots. Kick out by Davidson. Over to Kinchin. And he makes the two.
Yeah, and seems like the referees are really letting them play here. Looked like Jacoby Scott got fouled on that one, and also it looks like he almost got fouled just standing there trying to bring the ball up the court.
11-6 is our score. There's 40 seconds left in the first period. Denham Springs leads over Walker High School. Garrett Carlisle at the top. Pass the ball to Michael Scott. He'll survey the court. Passes it over to Brendan Anderson to the left side. He'll go to the top. Jacoby Scott trying to sell the push. And that is a three-pointer by Tyler Dice.
It was a great shot by Dice, just to set up and wait for his moment so that he could pull the trigger there.
Starks will control the ball for the Yellow Jackets with 12 seconds to go in the first period. They'll try to set up their last shot of the game. The first period, Starks again with the ball, looking. Give the ball to Perez Kinchin. And we have a traveling call before the shot with 0.4 seconds to play. And Wildcats were going to substitute Darius Hampton, but now with 0.4. So they'll have a one more inbound and try to make things happen here. It's kind of hard to get a shot off from that far away, huh, Jimmy?
There is, but Chris, you just denied my souvenir from Torres Kinchin as he threw me his head.
Michael Scott shoots and he says he does not get it off. So at the end of the first period, you score Yellow Jackets 11, Wildcats 9. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on Me TV.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Nowadays, going to a bank is time-consuming. Have you ever thought of online banking? It helps you manage your money when it's ideal for you and saves your time. So, are you ready to try something new? Give it a go. Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Did you know there are over 33,000 jobs available right now in Louisiana that require a 2-year degree, certificate, or advanced training? Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College. And for over 40 years, we've helped people just like you get the training and skills you need to fill those jobs.
ITI offers flexible class schedules, and financial aid is available for those who qualify.
So call ITI now or go online. It's that simple.
ITI, for a better life.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lolly Lou's, where sweet and fun meet. We're the area's only family ice cream and candy store. Come in and try our premium Hershey's ice cream and Italian ice. You can also choose from our wide selection of various candies and other sweet treats. Our popular gummy table provides a variety of gummy treats such as gummy sharks, frogs, and pigs. We're the only treat shop in the area to serve pucker powder. Our gourmet chocolate truffles are delicious. Try our favorite tiramisu. Large orders can be placed in advance for weddings and receptions. Looking for a place to have a birthday party? Let Lolly Lou's provide you with a whimsical and fun atmosphere. We are conveniently located in the Walker Commons Shopping Center on Walker South Road, 1/4 mile from I-12. We are open 7 days a week from 12 to 9. Come in and enjoy Walker's funnest and sweetest treat shop. We look forward to treating you.
This game has been brought to you by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Crystal Dew, Jimmy Guidry here. We are ready for the second period here. Denham Springs taking on Walker High School. 11-9 is our score. The game is a lot closer. The score is a lot closer than what the Yellow Jackets are playing. It looks like they're playing a lot of up-tempo stuff, and the Yellow Jackets are doing a good job, but the Wildcats are holding with them.
Yeah, they both have 4 turnovers in the first quarter by my count, so, Walker's doing a great job of denying them.
And get the ball to Davidson down. He loses the handle on it. Michael Scott gets to reap the steal, we'll call it. He goes down, has to pull things out. There's 3 Yellow Jackets around him.
So you're saying there was a swarm around him?
Yes, good one, good pun right there. Now we have a whistle. Look at it, whistle away from the ball. 24, Brendan Anderson will get called for the illegal screen. That is his second foul, team foul number 3.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Brendan Anderson did, if he kind of moved with the player or what. We couldn't really see a good perspective there, but it's something that you can't do. If they fight through, you just kind of have to let them go.
Yellow Jackets have the ball again. There's Starks over to Kinchin. Back to Starks. There's Davidson jumping in there. Oldham has it now for Denham. Over to Kinchin. Fakes a shot on Brendan Anderson. Brendan does not leave his feet, and now that is Whitley. With the ball to Oldham, feeds inside to Kinchin. Sees something they likes, pass the ball off to Davidson. Excuse me, that's not Davidson, that
was Whitley.
Whitley scores 2 points for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Denham Springs doing a good job of just breaking through this zone defense that Walker runs, and they come right back in this full court press.
Tyler Dice now with the ball for the Wildcats. Hampton over to Brendan Anderson. Trying to set up the offense. He's being double teamed now. Good job of getting rid of the ball. In a little bit of trouble. Michael Scott now has the ball. Driving, kicking out to Darius Hampton. Loses the handle but recovers. Carlisle now drives to his right. Looks, feeds inside to Brendan Anderson. Shoots just a little bit more than what he needed. Rebound by Kinchin.
Yeah, and Anderson, he looks like he's just not on his game tonight shooting. He's playing hard-nosed defense and doing well rebounding, but he just can't get him to fall right now.
Oldham shoots the floater. Rebound by Brendan Anderson. Hampton now feeds to Michael Scott in the lane. Drive and blocked again by Oldham this time. Almost a little double dribble there by Whitley. Doesn't get called, though.
Yeah, and then Hampton, if they weren't so close to the sideline, he might have had a steal there to go the other way.
We have a shoelace being tied. I think that's a double Windsor knot he's going to put on that shoelace. That's Oldham. Oldham has the ball with nicely tied shoes.
I mean, if he puts the single Windsor, it might come untied again.
So it might. You're right. You got to do the double.
You got to go with the double.
Got to go with the double Windsor. Whitley saves the ball from going out of bounds for Denham. At the top of the key is Starks. Fakes to the left, goes to the right. Off the glass. Oldham rebounds, scores. Walker now has it. Denham's in that full court press. Coach Wingate talked about, and they get a steal by Oldham. Does a little floater, does not go. And there's going to be a foul called against number 20, and that's going to go against Oldham.
Yeah, that'll be Odom's first foul there. He got a little bit too excited there going after the ball. You can tell when he plays everything. He's got a couple blocks here early on. He's just, passionate guy.
Dalton Moore, the freshman, will take the ball in to Jacoby Scott. Pass the ball to Michael Scott. Give the ball to Tyler Dice. Kick it out to Dalton Moore for the 3. And he makes it. Dalton Moore gets 3.
Yeah, and when Dalton Moore has the time to just set up and get a good look and a good pass, he can really make him pay if you leave him open.
The Wildcats have now made 2 3-pointers in a row. One by Dalton Moore, one by Tyler Dice. Feed inside, Oldham with the reversal and scores.
Yeah, it was a great move by Oldham just to get the ball down low and find a matchup that he likes.
Yellow Jackets remain in the full court press. There's Dalton Moore, excuse me. There's Tyler Dice. Driving, shooting, high floater. Rebound by Oldham. Kicks it out quick to Starks, to Davidson. Cannot get the goal. Trying to get fancy here instead of just taking the easy layup, and then it didn't work out for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I know Coach Wingate's not going to be too happy with that one right there, especially if Carlisle shoots and makes that play. That's a 5-point swing right there, and and Walker's come right back, and they're only within 2.
Garrett Carlisle for 3. The Wildcats have now made 3 threes in a row. 15-17 is our score. 4:05 to play in the second period. 3-pointer for Starks. Misses. Cannot find the mark. Whitley kicks it out to Starks again. Being guarded by Moore. Moore doing a good job of covering him. And then Odom will take it to the top, and they'll slow things down for the Yellow Jackets. New Yellow Jacket in, and that's Email, number 10. Brandon Email. Give the ball to Whitley, and he will get called for traveling.
Yeah, it's just a great all-around effort right there by Walker. It's 15-17. They're doing a great job just staying with them, breaking this full court press, and they're just doing a great job on defense, rebounding, which is what they need to do, limiting their turnovers as well.
Dalton Moore drives, shoots uncontested. He'll get 2. He now has 5 on the night. 17-17 is our score. We are tied. Starks now with the ball for the Yellow Jackets. Bring it to the top, and there's Whitley. Kick it out to Odom to the left-hand side. Going to the top of his Email. And he'll dribble around. Email is a senior. Starks feeds to Davison, and he'll get called for the foul, and he'll get credit for the basket as well. Number 20, Garrett Carlisle, will get called for the foul. That's his first. Team foul number 4. The basket is good. So Davidson will go to the line and shoot the and 1 for Denham.
Yeah, and Davidson, it's hard whenever he gets down there low enough on the low block and down there. It's hard to man up on him and stop him from doing what he needs to do down there.
Davidson circles in and out, so he does not get his and 1. 19-17 is our score. Give the ball to Tyler Dice. Drives. In trouble. Fights his way out. Feeds to Michael Scott inside, who makes a good recovery, but the ball does not go out of bounds. Michael Scott is going to take this game over, and he scores 2 more. He's got just 4 points on the game. Looks like he's had a lot more. Now we're tied at 19. And now we have a whistle, waiting to see who the call is going to go against. Foul goes against number 10, Jacoby Scott. That's his first, team foul number 5.
Yeah, and the crowd here is not too happy with that one. He's coming in like a freight train to ran over Jacoby Scott. But, if Jacoby Scott's feet are moving or he's not all the way playing it, they're still going to call him for the block.
Email kicks it out to Starks, left-hand side. And Email will be at the top. Starks kind of directing traffic. Not many people moving there for the Yellow Jackets. Email being guarded by Anderson very closely. Dalton Moore with a cautious guard of Starks. Davison in trouble in the corner. Drives and does a reversal and scores 2 for Denham.
Yeah, and Davidson has the ability to just... I think that was a foul, Chris.
That is going to be a foul against number 40, Monterio Whitley. Going to be a shooting foul against Michael Scott, and he gets up. It looks like he's all right. So we go to the line and shoot 2.
Like I was saying, Davidson, he's not going to take the ball from one basket to the other, but he does have enough ball skill to put it on the floor and make a move. And coming back on the other end, Michael Scott just did a great job to get to the hole.
He shoots and makes his first. Michael Scott now has 5 points on the night. 20-21 is our score. If he makes this, we'll be tied once again. It's been a very close game. Going back and forth, so to speak, and he misses that. So we're down by 1. Rebound by Email. Stolen by Dalton Moore. And we now have a whistle and we have a timeout, 30-second timeout by the Wildcats. So I think a good timeout there by the coach Skro.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left, only down by 1. They're right in this game. And, that was a great job by Dalton Moore. Like I said, he's hit the big three-pointer, but, he also does the intangible things like, plays solid defense, rebounds, gets steals, and all those things matter in the end.
They all matter. You are correct. 20-21 is our score. 1:55 to play in the second period. So a totally different game than what we saw last time versus Central High School. This game is a very quick pace. A lot of action back and forth, a lot of steals, a lot of pressures, a lot of three-point shots being made. Wildcats made three threes in a row. Both teams have only made 1 free throw so far. So a lot of fouls, but not a lot of free throws being made.
Yes, a lot of fouls have been on the floor. Haven't been a lot of shooting fouls, so that's one of the other reasons why we haven't seen a lot of free throws as well.
Wildcats will inbound. Baltimore will inbound, look for Michael Scott, and has him. Working the ball around to Tyler Dice now. Michael Scott gets it safely across half court. Dalton Moore shoots the three. Cannot find it. Green stolen by Jacoby Scott, and he gets the 2 points. Good little sneaky move by him.
Yeah, it's a great job by Scott just to not give up on the play, just to go after the ball and see an opening and take it.
Top of the heat, Whitley. That is Odom to email. Dribble around a little bit. With Wildcats doing a good job on defense. Davidson feeds to Odom inside. He scores 2 more.
Yeah, and Odom's really, having a night here tonight with 11.
11 points for Odom. He leads the Yellow Jackets in scoring. A little bit of contact there. No harm intended. No foul called. Dalton Moore will kick it up to the top to Tyler Dice. Kicks it over to Jacoby Scott. Brendan Anderson now on the right side. Inside of a minute to play in the second period, Michael Scott drives and shoots, scores. He now has 7 on the night.
And that's the Michael Scott we're used to seeing right there.
And a foul is going to be called. You can see who's going against 14. Tyler Dice, that's his second. Team foul number 6. So going to the line for the Yellow Jackets will be Davidson. He shoot 2.
Yeah, and so Davidson just did a good job to draw the foul, and an even better job, making the free throw. You gotta get the points where you can take them.
24-24 is our score. 41 seconds to play in the second period. We've got the big musical chairs game at halftime here. He makes the second free throw, so he's made his 2 in a row. Wildcats will, here we go, pass the ball to Garrett Carlisle, gets 2.
Yeah, and Walker actually takes the lead there with that play.
26-25 is our score. Kick the ball out to Whitley, is stolen by Michael Scott. 17 seconds. Wildcats will probably set up for one final shot here. Coach Skro calling out his plays that he wants to run right now. Now we're at 7 seconds and speed the ball to Brendan Anderson. Shoots the 3 and scores. Brendan Anderson for 3. And that is the end of the first half. Your score, Wildcats 29 and the Yellow Jackets 25. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with halftime. You are watching Wildcat basketball on Me TV.
Welcome at Walker Family Dentistry, the office of Dr. Lauren Leach. Located at the corner of Florida Boulevard in North Palmetto, minutes from Walker High School. This state-of-the-art dental practice provides you access to the latest treatment available. From the moment you walk in the door, you can be confident that patient comfort is a top priority. Dr. Leach and the friendly staff at Walker Family Dentistry look forward to caring for your dental needs. Walker Family Dentistry, just what you've been looking for in a dentist.
Sombrer's Mexican restaurant offers our customers some of the most authentic and delectable Tex-Mex cuisine in the area, all served in a family-friendly atmosphere. We use only the freshest ingredients of the highest quality, from our delicious enchiladas and burritos to our amazing chicken steak or shrimp fajitas, the house specialty. We have something to please everyone. Join us for food and fun at Sombrero's Mexican Restaurant.
This game has been brought to you by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Gidder here with you. It is the Neighbors Federal Credit Union game of the week. And if you look on the court, you got a lot of green shirts out there, and that is the Walker Wildcat cheerleaders. And what's going on right now is they're calling out the students' names from Walker High School. So if you're a current student at Walker High School, you get your name called out, and you get to go play musical chairs for some fabulous prizes from Neighbors Federal Credit Union. We are at halftime. Denham Springs taking on Walker High School. Our score is 29-25. The Wildcats have the lead. We have scored 20 points in this second. Not 20 points, but we scored 20 points in the second period.
We scored 20 points in the second period, which is, more than double than the 9 points we scored in the first period. Rightfully so. Denham Springs scored 14 in the second, so it was a high-scoring quarter. But Walker did a great job. They knocked down some big shots. Dalton Moore with a 3, Vernon Anderson with a 3. Right as the half ended. So they couldn't have scripted it probably any better.
We have 4 different Wildcats with a 3-point shot made tonight.
You have to get your own rebound.
And now they're explaining the rules of this half-court game here. Now the musical chairs, and then you got to go down and make you got to go make a layup, Jimmy. And then they're making all the explanations here. Look at, they got a couple of I see Johnson on the court there on the orange shirt. Trevor Johnson. Also, we got a looks like a softball player out there.
I thought I heard Kiana Brown's name, but
okay.
I guess not. I don't see her out there.
All right, so they're about to start playing the music here. Kind of a unique game here. Have you ever seen musical chairs being played with basketballs and chairs?
I haven't, but I wish I could play, to be honest. It looks fun.
Yeah, it does. I like putting a little twist on things here.
Whenever they told us they're going to play musical chairs, I'm like, no, they can't just be playing, old-fashioned regular musical chairs. There's got to be a good kick to this.
All right, we'll have to see. All right, we're going to keep our eyes on here. Now they got to go down and shoot and make a basket some kind of way and come back. Oh, okay.
So you got to make the basket and sit down.
Oh, I got you. Once you make a basket, then you got to come back to your chair and sit down. And so we got one person eliminated now. All right, this has got a unique twist. I like this.
I like it.
Now you also got to choose what side you're going to go on, Jimmy. There's a little bit of strategy involved.
Yeah, you got you put 5 people shooting the ball at the one time on one side and one person on the other. One person's going to have a little bit of an advantage.
So unlike traditional musical chairs, I guess the music will not stop.
No, I guess they'll start when the music starts.
I'm glad we're not trying to figure out the basketball game like this. All right.
Well,
so
looks like 2 boys are done and a girl's.
And here we go.
They're fighting it out. They're fighting it out. Oh.
All right. So we got a couple more contestants out. They'll drop it down to 3 chairs now.
Well, she does play softball.
Right, so she should be athletic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying basketball's not her sport, obviously. Or she'd be on the basketball team. I said basketball's, probably not her sport, or if she's athletic, she'd be on the basketball team.
Basketball's not a sport. I'm like, what are you saying?
No, not her sport.
Okay, I'm good with it. All right.
She's a softball player.
But an athlete is an athlete. So
athlete is an athlete, yeah, you're right.
When you're an athlete, you're pretty good at every sport, I would say.
You know what? I feel like there's a disadvantage here with the height. Look at this. He just skied over everybody, but then he missed. So
with 4 balls going up there, how do you know which one is your ball?
All I know is she's done. She didn't finish. She could have finished. Oh, she gave up.
All right, we're down to 3.
She gave up. I want to play. Can I play, Chris?
Jimmy,
I think I could.
Don't you have 3 children? You can play this at your next birthday party at home.
We don't have a gym at home, Chris.
You don't have a basketball goal? You can't just hook up and just...
I guess we could. We could run up and down the driveway, but they canceled themselves out.
Blocking each other out.
She better run. She better outrun them. She's not outrunning.
She didn't make it.
No, she didn't make it.
All right, we're down to 2 boys. I know Trevor Johnson is one of them, and the other outstanding student at Walker High School, supporting the Wildcats. That's a good thing. All right.
They're getting winded. I think they need some conditioning there, Chris.
One chair left. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
I love the way they're dribbling, like they're going to get called for traveling or something if they don't
Better
make
run.
it.
Better run.
Oh, we got a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
There you go. So he's going to win some fabulous prizes from Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Are they giving out money?
They all got bags in their hand. They're all getting gift certificates, I believe.
That would be a great
we got
prize
another
right there.
round
we
of
got
this.
another round. That's
Wow.
why I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'm putting it on Keona Brown.
We actually got a girls basketball player.
Girls basketball player out there.
Yeah, there she is. Yep, that's it.
If we weren't on the air, I think I'd yell.
All right, I'm glad you're not yelling.
Yeah, I'm not
All right,
yelling.
so the contest we're watching, we'll kind of talk about the game we're seeing right now, Denham Springs versus Walker High School. We are at halftime, and our score is 25-29. The Wildcats have taken the lead. So, Jimmy, what have the Wildcats done to take the lead here tonight?
You know, they've played great defense and rebounded very well. They haven't given Denham Springs a lot of second chances to get baskets back on the floor. So, I'm just really impressed at the determination that they have here tonight.
And I'm very impressed with the Wildcats doing a great job of handling that full court pressure.
Yeah, they are doing a great job.
I think we've only given the ball up twice on that, which is pretty good. And also, we're doing a good job of putting pressure on them too, as far as they're having trouble getting the ball back down on their end as well.
Yeah, by my accounts, Denham Springs has about 9 turnovers here. Some their own doing, just mishandling the ball or throwing it out of bounds, but others, pressure by Walker. Like the steal by Jacoby Scott, and so and Walker only has 5 turnovers, and I think only 1 in the second quarter. So they're doing a great job of limiting their mistakes as well.
Kind of go over the scoring there for each team. Starting off with the Wildcats, Jacoby Scott has 4 points. Michael Scott has 7 points, made 1 free throw. Tyler Dice has 5 points. He has 1 3-pointer. Garrett Carlisle with 5 points. He has 1 3-pointer. And we have Brendan Anderson with 3 points. He has 1 3-pointer. Dalton Moore has a 3-pointer and a basket, so he has 5 as well. So a lot of guys with 5 points and doing a very balanced attack for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's something we're not used to seeing since our last game was against Central, and I think 4 people total scored. So, on the Denham side, Odom's doing a great job of creating some shots and getting some good looks and has 11 points in the first half. And Zach Davidson's been very good down low for them. He has 8 points. Denham Springs is pretty balanced as well. They have, Kenshin's got 4 and Whitley's got 2 as well. So they're pretty balanced.
That is the end of our halftime show, so to speak, for the what were they giving away? Gift certificates to Neighbors Federal Credit Union. And so we appreciate Neighbors. They actually have a branch on campus here, a functioning branch, where if you have an account with Neighbors, you can go there and you can cash a check. You can get change. You can get a car loan or a house loan or whatever the case. Now, not too many students are getting a house loan or a car loan, but the services are there. It is a 100% fully functioning bank. I actually do my banking with Neighbors as well, and it's a great asset to have it here on campus. And just like this TV broadcast, everybody working in there is students at Walker High School, so they're learning a trade, they're learning a skill, so to speak, learning how to be tellers and working in a bank, and they got all the computers and everything else as far as a real bank goes.
So do you ever leave your class because you need some 20 for after school, Chris?
No,
I'm just kidding. I know
don't
you wouldn't
ever
do
leave
that.
my class.
Yeah, I actually have an account with Neighbors as well. My only problem is that I got to Livingston Parish before Neighbors did. So whenever I got here, I opened up a second account just to have something in Denham Springs that I could, I wouldn't have to drive all the way to. I believe Airline was the branch that I was going to at the time. So, but I still do have an account with them as well. So, I love Neighbors, and it's just great that they're sponsoring our game of the week here.
Yes, they are. I want to say also that the Walker High School Media Productions does a great job with this broadcast. Every time you're watching a basketball game or a football game on TV, and let's kind of give you a little teaser coming up, we're also going to have softball games and baseball games on television as well. So everybody except myself is a student here at Walker High School, and yourself. You're not a student also. You're a...
Although on some days I think
we only import you for games.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You don't even live in Walker. But anyway, all the All the production as far as the commercials you see here are done by the students here at Walker High School who are in the media production class. Our director, the guy in our headphones telling us to take a break or 2 minutes or giving us time. Jean-Paul St. Pierre, actually the principal's son, he is a student here as well. And all the people running the music, the sound, the graphics, anything you see as far as this broadcast goes, different camera angles you see. You see how the camera angle changed right there, Jimmy? That's a different student doing different camera angles. There's the camera at the top. That's Xander Miller working on that one. And another camera angle down here. All the students are doing a great job, getting different camera angles for you and doing a great job of filming this basketball game. And they did a great job with football as well.
Yeah, and the most impressive thing about this is, their dedication. Who wants to be at school until, I don't even know what time it is, Chris. What time is it?
I don't know.
To 8:15 at night, so we'll be here another half of basketball. So, to be at school from 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you get here to, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, to run cameras and do this stuff to support your school. It's just great that, all these kids are dedicated to this program.
And you are watching this game on MeTV, Cox Channel 117, or over the air, Channel 30.1 if you are using the antenna. And if you are worldwide, we appreciate you tuning in as well at www.walkerhigh.org. And what's also unique about all the games here at Walker High School, they're archived on our website. So you can go back and the kids can go, like the basketball players themselves can go back and watch the game on TV and see what we said about them and everything else. And so not just Walker High School, but Denham Springs as well, or Central, or anybody else we broadcast.
Yeah, and I believe actually if you get on YouTube and you Google, and you Google on YouTube, I don't think that works very well. You search on YouTube for Walker High School, you'll find a YouTube channel as well where they have different games and clips as well.
So we're about ready to start the second half off this contest. Denham Springs taking on Walker High School. This rivalry game, two cities very close to each other. This is very unique to have two 5A schools within 5 miles of each other. So very close proximity to both of these schools to each other. And so this game is about to go to the second half, and 29-25, we couldn't have asked for a closer game and a better half because the Wildcats are winning.
Yeah, it's a really great game right now because the Wildcats are winning at halftime. If it was 29-25 the other way, it'd still be a great game. But I much rather it whenever you're on the right side of the scoreboard.
And there you go, a couple of students filming. There's some of our camera crew guys, some students here at Walker High School. I believe his name was Colby. There he is filming, and as you can tell, he's not just looking at the screen or anything. He's steadily doing his job there as far as getting the picture and the images. And the guys, they run all the wires. Our camera here was blinking a little bit, and then we kind of said, hey, one of our cameras blinking. All of a sudden, one of the techs comes down, and they start making sure everything is wired correctly, and all of a sudden, our camera doesn't blink anymore. Truly an outstanding job by the Walker High School student body here in this media productions class. We are ready for the second half, third period to start off. 25-29 is our score. And so we're ready for the second half. It will not be a tip ball. It will be a possession arrow type of thing. So we'll switch sides for the possession. Tyler Dice will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Give the ball to Jacoby Scott. Back to Dice. Carlisle looking inside. Michael Scott gets it, jumps, and he will score 2 points. And the foul goes against who? Who's the foul going against?
Looks like it was number 23, Twan Starks.
All right, so Starks, the senior, will get the foul. Michael Scott will go to the line to shoot his and one. Looks like Denham still has their normal starting five out there. Michael Scott misses his free throw. Yellow Jackets will work on the opposite end now. That's Starks. He brings the ball out a little bit over this way to Kinchin. Top to the circle to Starks. Over to the right side to Odom. Starks and back to Kinchin. Being guarded by Carlisle.
Yeah, Walker's doing a great job of fronting number 24 Davidson there, not letting him get the ball down low. You see Dice and Scott coming over, and Brennan Anderson doing a good job as well.
Odom gets the good look that he likes. They cannot make the 3 points. Dice gets the ball, drives down, feeds it inside to Brennan Anderson, loses the handle, and the Yellow Jackets will take over.
Yeah, and I think they tried to make, one too many passes there. Dice probably, if he could have had that one back, would probably like to maybe pull up for a shot at the elbow as opposed to trying to sneak it inside to Anderson.
Kinchin to Odom. Now the Starks being guarded by Anderson. Starks drives, and he is blocked, and now Davidson shoots and misses. Foul's going to go against number 12, Michael Scott. That's his first team foul.
Yeah, and it's good that it's only Scott's first team foul. Walker can't really afford to lose Scott for an extended period because of foul trouble. He really drives them and gets them going at times as well.
Zach Davidson, the senior, makes his first free throw, shoots, and makes his second. So our score now, 31-27. The Wildcats lead over the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Inbound by Jacoby Scott to Dice. Tries one side and the other, and Jacoby will take the ball past the line. Safely across, being guarded very closely by Kinchin. Carlisle to Dice. Dice Brennan Anderson drives in the lane, kicks it back out to Dice. Dice drives the lane himself. Floater in. 2 more points for Tyler.
It was a good job for Dice just to stay with it on that play. It looked like he was pressured pretty well, but he did a great job just staying with the ball.
Zach Davidson cannot find a three-pointer. Down to Dice. 2 more for Tyler Dice. He now has 9 on the night. 35-27 is our score. The Wildcats lead.
Yeah, and Walker's really found their stride right here. They've gotten a good lead. They're playing confidently, playing good defense, and really just doing what they need to do on both sides of the floor to succeed.
Perez Kinchin kicks it out to Starks for 3 and shoots and makes it. Three-pointer by Starks, and Denham Springs will take a timeout. Coach Wingate will take a 30-second timeout, so 30-35 is our score. And this has been an outstanding basketball game.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth here. Walker just only recently took the lead, very late in the second quarter, but they haven't given that lead up. I think Coach Wingate just really wants to rally his troops here. Down by 5 in the third quarter. Also, I think he realized he had a lot of timeouts that he's sitting on, so you can't waste the timeouts.
Right. Well, that's the thing about a timeout. The coach uses it whenever he thinks it's most beneficial to his team. Also, looking at the flow of the game, you got to figure, you want to save them as many as you can to the end. But at the same time, just like you said, Jimmy, you don't want to waste any, don't want to leave any on the table. If you need one, take one. So 6:04 to play in the third period. The Wildcats will inbound after the three-pointer by Starks. Kick ball by Perez Kinchin.
It's a good job.
Game. Go ahead.
It's a good job by Denham Springs. They're playing, really hard full court press here.
Press is on. Jacoby Scott gets the ball. He'll drive down for Walker. Make it past the line. Feed to Dice. And stolen by Davidson. Quick feed to Starks. Stolen by Jacoby Scott. Scott drives, and he will draw the foul on the block by Whitley, it looks like. Yes, the foul will go against Whitley. And Scott will go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, and another thing about the block and the charge foul, it also depends on where you are on the court. If you're too far, if you're too close to the goal or too far under the goal, they're not going to call the charge on you.
Jacoby Scott makes his first free throw. He now has 5 points on the night.
And another thing I really like about Jacoby Scott here, I bet it's really easy for him to find the open hole, so to speak. To beat the press. He is also the Wildcat backup quarterback this season.
Starks from 3 again, makes it again. So that's 2 3-pointers in a row that he's made for Denham Springs. They stay in there, full court press, but it's not a modified press. They're just standing there, not really putting that much pressure on. Carlisle now in the corner. Feed to the baseline. Michael Scott drives, shoots, makes 2.
Yeah, and if they can get Michael Scott the ball down there, it's hard for them to rebound from that.
Kinchin wants to get into the three-point act, misses, and that's going to be out of bounds off of Michael Scott, and Denham will control it.
Yeah, and Michael Scott's only listed as about 6'2", but he can really, get up and jump up there and get rebounds and blocks for his height.
Feed down to Starks, give to Davidson, shoots and makes the dunk. which excites the Denham fans here. Jacoby Scott give the ball to Carlisle, left side. Brennan Anderson now in the paint, kicks it out to Tyler Dice. Looking for some help. Around the side, stolen again by Davidson. Davidson keeps the layup, gets 2 more for Denham. 39-37 is our score as Denham has cut the lead to 2 with 4:30 to play in the third period of this district contest. Dice now on the right side. Carlisle, the top of the key, passes to Jacoby Scott. This Denham crowd getting into it now. Carlisle on the right side, looking for some help. And Tyler Dice off his foot. Turnover.
Yeah, I mean, that's Dice's probably third turnover. He threw 2 balls to Davidson early on in this quarter. And, the way that this crowd has transitioned, you would think we all of a sudden transitioned and moved this game to Denham Springs.
Starks misses the 3. Rebound by Michael Scott, drives. Layup misses. Brendan Anderson reversal misses. Kick out by Odom. Brendan Anderson will shot the 3 now. He's off the mark as well. Out of bounds will be Wildcat basketball.
Yeah, and that was a tough transition from Michael Scott. He was trying to beat 2 guys to the goal, and he got there. He just didn't have a good look at the goal, and then Denham Springs was able to recover on defense.
Wildcats inbound. Dalton Moore back in the game for Walker. Carlisle out to Moore in the paint, shoots, floater, does not go. Rebound by Davidson. Starks now for Denham. Pass the ball to Whitley. Dances around the paint. Kick out by Garrett Carlisle. Odom for 3. Could have been a foul, no call. We appreciate that. And now it's going to be a block. Out of bounds. Jacoby's going to go against Whitley here. Let's see what the call is. No, they're going to call it against number 10. That is Jacoby Scott. His second foul. Team foul number 2.
That was an interesting call there, for the loose ball. And it didn't look like Jacoby Scott was the one that was doing the running over.
Yeah, that's the way the calls go sometimes. But nonetheless, 2 fouls apiece here, as you can see on your screen. Kinchin here now for the Yellow Jackets. Kick it up to Odom at the top. Back to Kinchin. Being guarded by Anderson. Shoots the 3 off the mark. Rebound, Whitley. Floater goes in. We are tied at 39. There's Carlisle. Pass across to Brennan Anderson. Shoots. Misses. And now Starks has it for Denham Springs. Kick it out to Odom. Fires it across. Back to Starks. And now Denham will slow things down a bit.
Yeah, and Walker's still doing, a great job of playing solid defense here. They've let Denham come back in a little bit, but and there goes Starks with his third 3-pointer tonight.
42-39 is our score. Denham takes the lead here. And Denham's really feeling it. They got the groove going. You can tell by Starks' reaction after he made that goal that he's feeling good about it. Feed to Michael Scott, loses the handle. And they also have a foul on the play. We'll have to see who that's against. Foul goes against 24, Davidson. He has 2 now. And that'll be team foul number 3, and Scott will go to the line.
Yeah, and so, Denham Springs wasn't really shooting the ball from outside all that well in the first quarter. The first half, and Walker was kind of shooting the ball pretty well. So now, Denham Springs is taking their turn on going a little run of shooting well, and Walker just needs to settle down, rebound, play hard defense, and they can stay right here with him.
Scott makes his first free throw, and he'll shoot his second now, and makes that one as well. He has 13 on the night. 41-42 is our score. Wildcats trailed the Yellow Jackets from Denham Springs. Odom will get the ball, being guarded by Hampton, drives in, kick it out, and that is Whitley, and blocked by Michael Scott.
Yeah, Scott and Moore also came over to help on that one.
Jacoby Scott will check in for Garrett Carlisle for the Wildcats. Starks will inbound. 2:24 to play, third period in this District 4-5A contest. We got a 1-point game here at Walker. Referees are making sure everybody is set in their positions as far as officiating. Yellow Jackets working around very quickly. Kinchin now will give the ball to Odom, and they'll start over. Odom to Kinchin, left side, being guarded by Moore. There's Starks, fakes the three. Big pass to Kinchin, sees the three, shoots, and makes another three for Denham Springs. 45-41 is our score. Denham has now hit how many threes in a row? 2 big ones. Moore cannot find the basket, and we got a whistle on the play. And the referee said the ball stepped out of bounds. It's going to be Starks stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Starks was kind of falling out of bounds before he could get the ball back in, and I believe he just stepped out right before he could get it back in.
Moore will inbound for Walker. Jacoby Scott. Zone defense now by the Yellow Jackets. That's Moore, almost loses the handles. Davison goes for another steal, and it is stolen by Starks. Stolen back by Jacoby Scott. Moore into Darius Hampton now has the ball. Loses his footing. Regains very nicely. Shoot, and a little bit deep. Kinchin with the rebound. Pass quick to Davidson. Can't find the mark, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be Yellow Jacket ball.
Yeah, and it looked like it was off of Hampton there. You know, he just couldn't get the ball and recoup in enough time. And, you know, it's kind of interesting here. I just kind of realized we haven't seen very many players besides Denham Springs' starting 5. You know, we saw Hemel a little bit, but besides that, we haven't seen too many other players come off the bench for Coach Wingate.
Right. Michael Scott now with the ball, and he'll be fouled. Looks like he'll get Starks will get the foul. Fouls on 23. Tawan Starks, the senior. And so he now has 2 fouls, as does Davidson. So nobody in real foul trouble for either team. Kobe Scott now. Down the ball, being loosely guarded by Kinchin. Michael Scott drives on Odom and scores 2. He now has 15.
Yeah, and when Michael Scott, you know, gets this ball in isolation and has some room, there's not too many people on this floor, or really, in my opinion, in this district that can stop him from making the plays he wants to make.
Starks now from 3 again. This time it is long, and the Walker student section is letting him know he made an air ball. Or he shot an air ball, let me say that. Back to action. That's Moore to the right. 25 seconds to play third period. Feed to Scott. It was a give and go to Dice, who couldn't find the handle. The ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and it was a great play, and, you know, a great look by Michael Scott and Dice. He just couldn't come up with the handle.
22 seconds to play third period. 45-43. Denham leads over Walker High School. This is the Neighbors Federal Credit Union game of the week. We appreciate you watching, and we appreciate Neighbors for sponsoring us. There's Odom over to Kinchin, shoots the 3, and he makes it again. So 48-43 is our score, and that is the end of the third period. 48-43 is our score. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the final quarter. You're watching Walker Basketball on Me TV.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call David Bryan in Walker today.
Carter Supermarket, we're here for you. We're here for you, cutting meat, fresh every day. Offering the freshest produce, helping you get on your way. People who like to shop smarter, like shopping at Carter's. Carter Supermarket, we're here for you.
I'm on my 3rd Tahoe.
And I'm on my 4th Chevy Silverado pickup.
Hey, you know I've had 4 Camaros, 5 Corvettes. Got them all from Jerry Lane.
We're
proud to be a Jerry Lane family.
Always leads you. You can count on Jerry Lane.
We use our camera phones to save special moments in time. Now, capturing this moment can save you time. Introducing Mobile Deposit from Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
This game has been brought to you by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Guidry here for this district contest. Denham Springs High School taking on your Walker Wildcats. Our score 48-43, starting the fourth period. Denham Springs leads. Denham inbounds. Quick pass to Starks into Davidson. Garrett Carlisle is going to get called by for the foul. Got Davidson on the arm. That's his second foul, team foul number 3.
Yeah, it's not a terrible thing to put Davidson at the line as opposed to give him a layup. You know, let's just hope that they don't make Walker pay for that foul.
Davidson misses the first.
He must have heard the cheerleaders.
And he makes the second free throw. 49-43 is our score. And Denham will get out of the full court press. Walker will take it down. Dice to Anderson. Right side is Hampton. Looking inside, feed to Jacoby Scott. Kick it up to Carlisle. Dice, a lot of moves there. Brendan Anderson trying to drive in. Carlisle looking for Tyler Dice inside. Cannot find the layup. Rebound by Starks, and he'll kick it out to Odom. He drives on Carlisle. Floater goes in. Tell you what, just like Michael Scott, Odom can get up for Denham Springs. He gets up high, has a lot of height. And then Odom with the block, and he'll get called for the foul. So, kind of an unfortunate thing for Alturas Odom. That's his second foul.
Yeah, and you could hear the fans. They weren't too, the Denham fans anyway, they weren't too happy about that one. The Walker fans are very happy if they can get him in some more foul trouble.
Jacoby Scott makes his first free throw. He now has 7 points on the night. He's made 3 free throws in a row now. 44-51 is our score in the fourth period. 7:08 to play in this game. Scott misses his second. Odom now. Kickball by Jacoby Scott. Kickball's an elementary game. I used to love that game.
The joke, I don't know why, but that joke never gets old, Chris.
Sorry.
What's really funny is the point guard / quarterback wants to play kickball.
Yes. Yeah. If there was a goal up there between, no, that's enough of that. Here we go, Odom with the ball, right side. We'll pass off to Starks, who looks back to Odom, and gives it to Kinchin, drives, and does not get the dunk. In and out, rebound by Moore. Top of the key is Jacoby Scott off to Michael Scott. Michael Scott backing him in. Tyler Dice shoots the 3 and makes it.
Yeah, that was a great job by Scott to just see that he was double teamed and find his teammate Tyler Dice was coming around for the open 3-pointer. That was Tawan Starks there for the 3-pointer.
Tawan Starks and yet another 3-pointer by Denham Springs. Bring the ball down to Brendan Anderson. 47-54 is our score. And stolen by Denham Springs, enough to throw things down. Give the ball to Davidson in quick for a easy layup. 56-47, and now Coach Skro will have to call a full timeout. Slow things down.
Yeah, and Denham's kind of building a little bit of a lead here and really running hard and playing their game.
Denham is really lighting up the 3-pointers. How many 3-pointers do they have this game, Jimmy?
Looks like they have about 6 threes, mostly all of them in the second half here.
6 threes, so the Wildcats are really not being able to match the threes, and a couple of unlucky bounces down on our end, and that's the difference in the game, really. Of course, we're getting some good looks on the inside, real close to the paint, like a couple of the layups that could have gone in very easily are not finding the mark for the Wildcats.
Right, and also, for Denham Springs, Zach Davidson's doing a really good job, down by the goal. He's got 17 points, but 5 of those are on free throws. So when he's not making them, he's at least making them pay at the free throw line.
And Denham has a very balanced act with Odom doing very well. Stark's doing a good job of shooting the three. Kinchin's getting into the act, and of course you mentioned Davidson. Whenever he's doing a great job as far as controlling the paint. So, and as you mentioned, also those guys haven't really come out. It's been the same starting 5 all game.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed by that. The conditioning they do and the hard work, and we haven't seen much besides the starting 5 of Odom, Starks, Davidson, Kinchin, and Whitley. So, and here they are. They're running back out on the floor. So.
There's Davidson with the jam there earlier. So the Wildcat team doing a great job of doing the highlights now. There's Davidson with another one of his layups for Denham Springs.
Yeah, and so, Davidson has done a great job. He has a couple steals as well to get some easy baskets.
All right, 5:54 to play. 56-47 is our score. Carlisle with the ball now. Wildcats will run the offense, and we have a foul away from the play. It'll go against Denham Springs. Foul goes against number 40. That's Whitley. That's his 3rd foul. And the 15th foul for the Yellow Jackets. Excuse me, the 16th foul. Give the ball to Moore, the top of the key, and that's Jacoby Scott to Tyler Dice. Dice needs some help. Jacoby in the middle at the free throw line. Jumper, no good.
Yeah, and the jumper was no good, but looks like the refs are going to call a foul on Torres Kinchin, his first.
So that'll be Torres Kinchin's first foul. At the line will be Jacoby Scott to shoot two free throws. Shoots the first and makes it. So Jacoby Scott has now made 4 free throws in a row. He missed 1, so he's made 4 points, all 3 free throws, and now he has 5 points off 3 throws in a row, which means he hasn't scored any field goals or 3-pointers. Odom way off the mark for a 3-pointer, and now Michael Scott is going to get called for a foul on the back, kind of a loss of his momentum, so to speak. That's his 2nd foul, team foul number 4.
Yeah, and Scott was just there at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was going for the loose ball and having to get tied up with him.
Starks will inbound for the Yellow Jackets. Give the ball to Torres Kinchin. Torres kind of pushes off a little bit, no call. Yellow Jackets will slow things down a little bit. There's Davidson, fakes the 3, drives, and he'll go shoot 2. Foul goes against number 10, Jacoby Scott. That's his 3rd, team foul number 5.
Yeah, and it's not a terrible foul, to put Davidson on the line. He has made his free throws, but, at least make him work a little bit for the points instead of just giving him the layup.
Davidson makes his first free throw. Our score is now 57-49. Denham Springs leads Walker. And Davidson makes the 2nd as well. 58-49. Jacoby Scott now driving, being guarded by Kinchin. Kick it out to Tyler Dice. And he'll miss the 3-pointer. Quick pass stolen by Michael Scott. Michael Scott driving, and he'll get fouled. Foul goes against number 40, Ontario Whitley.
Yeah, and that's Whitley's 4th foul there, so, one more, and Coach Wingate's going to have to go to the bench. Looks like he's going to go to the bench right now, and Himmel's going to come back in.
So Michael Scott shooting again. Shoots and misses his first free throw. He remains at 15 points.
Yeah, and let's see if Walker can take advantage of the situation here by Whitney not playing.
Michael Scott shoots and makes the free throw. We now have 50 points to 58. Scott with 16. Scott now guarding Kinchin. Gets the ball off over the half court. Give the ball to Himmel and shoots the reversal and makes it.
Yeah, and right away Himmel made his presence known by just showing that I can get on the board as well with some points.
There is Ball being passed around by the Wildcats. The feed to Jacoby Scott inside. Little floater does not go. Rebound by Davidson. A little bit aggressive there on the rebound. 60-50 is our score. Denham Springs leads Walker by 10. Top of the key to Odom. To Davidson, being trapped by 2 Wildcats. Fights his way out of it. Give the ball to Odom. Michael Scott being guarding him, and Scott will draw the foul on him. The foul goes against Michael Scott. That's his third. Team foul number 6.
Yeah, and to me that was a little bit of a late call right there on the foul. You know, I mean, I know referees have their own tendencies and everything, but it seemed like the play was, you know, basically almost gone, and then he called the foul there.
Odom makes the first free throw. Being congratulated by his fellow Yellow Jackets. 61-50. 4:15 to play in this contest. And this is a District 4-5A contest. Denham coming in 3-2 in district. Walker comes in at 1-4. So he misses the second free throw. Rebound by Moore. Moore will give it to Hampton. Right side. Carlisle kicks it out to Dice. Dice looking for Hampton. That was not Hampton, that was Moore. Now Garrett Carlisle looking on the inside, trying to pass it off. There's Darius Hampton. Dalton Moore tries the inside, being closely guarded. Carlisle now to Hampton. 3:45 to play. That is Dice. Hampton almost loses the handle on it, finds it. Carlisle.
Yeah, Denham's doing a great job playing some, like a little type of zone man here. You know, Walker really needs to find their shot, and there it was by Dalton Moore.
Dalton Moore gets 2. He now has 7. 52-61 is our score. 3:19 in this Neighbors Federal Credit Union game of the week. Starks gets the pass safely. Give the ball to Davidson. Bring it to the top out of circle. That's Kinchin. Get him trying to slow things down a little bit. Give the ball to Kinchin. Kick it out to the left side. Starks drives. Davidson cannot get the shot. Gets his own rebound. Misses again. And rebound by Carlisle.
Yeah, and Carlisle needs to try to man up Davidson a little bit and see if he can box him out for some rebounds.
Michael Scott scores again. That's 18 for him. We now have 54. And is that Odom that just scored for Denham?
That was Kinchin.
Kinchin with 2 more for Denham, an easy layup. And that Michael Scott on the other side scores again, 20 for him. And then Odom loses the handle on it for the turnover.
Yeah, and so, you know, right back in there, I think Chris and I are having a hard time keeping up with the points going back and forth on fast breaks there.
Yeah, we don't have a stats guy. All the stats being taken in this game are by me and Jimmy. So anytime he mentions a turnover, we mention a free throw, a three-pointer, a layup, or any type of stat you hear that we're mentioning, it's all by us actually writing them down on paper as we're watching this game and calling it. Jacoby Scott draws the foul. Foul will go against 23 Starks. How many fouls he has now, Jimmy?
It'll be Starks' third foul. I'm sorry, Denham Springs here is also in the bonus, so any fouls, off-the-ball fouls or non-shooting fouls will still put him on the line.
Jacoby Scott will go to the line to shoot 2 now. 56-63 is our score. Shoots, and he makes his first. So that is now 6 free throws in a row he has made. Get your points however you can. He's missed 1 out of them. 6 out of 7 so far on the line. Shoots and makes again.
And Walker's going to come out with like a full court press here. The only problem is Odom decided he's going to outrun everybody.
Starks tries to make a move toward the basket, and he draws the foul. Foul goes to number 10, Jacoby Scott. That's his 4th foul, team foul number 7. And Starks will go to the line. Juwan Starks, the senior for Denham Springs. And shoots, and he misses. A little drama on that one.
Yeah, the ball really couldn't decide what it wanted to do there.
And now he'll shoot a second. And he makes second. And now we have a whistle. We have a replacement for the shooter. So the shooter coming out You know, anyway, Hemail comes in. No, Hemail comes out, excuse me. And Dice drives, and we're going to get a charging call against Tyler Dice. That's his third, team foul number 8 for the Wildcats.
I'm really surprised at that call there. You know, there was 2 guys there. They haven't called a charge all night, and so, you know, in a really weird situation where there's 2 guys there blocking him, they called the charge.
The official scoreboard has 17 fouls for the Wildcats. So Coach Wingate trying to get timeout, and he does get a timeout, and he'll call a full timeout at this time. So timeout by the Yellow Jackets, making sure everything's in place. 58-64 is our score at this time.
Yeah, and so you know, one thing Walker really has going for him right here is those team fouls. You know, so anytime they get fouled here, you know, they'll go to the line for 2 shots. So as long as they can make some free throws, you know, even if they can't get a great shot off, you know, they'll still be able to go to the line and be able to put some points on the board.
And that's the thing. We got to get a couple more points, try to get a couple more turnovers to kind of swing the balance here with 1:42 to play in this contest. Not completely out of it, as we're only down by 6 points. So a couple of baskets here and there, a couple of 4-point swings. You know, whenever they're about to score, we can get a score or a steal and a score, and that really could help things out for us.
Yeah, or I mean, if Dice or Moore can get hot from 3-point, you know, they can really come back pretty quickly here.
Our score was 11-9. The Denham Springs was leading at the end of the first period. 29-25. The Wildcats had the lead at halftime, 48-43. Yellow Jackets came back at the end of the third period, and now the Yellow Jackets are leading 64-58 with 1:42 to play in this contest. Next contest on television, January 30th. That'll be a Friday. Broadmoor comes to Walker High School to take on the Lady Cats. Game starting at approximately 6 o'clock against the Broadmoor Lady Bucks. So Denham will inbound the ball. That's Odom being pressured by the Wildcats. And that is Kinchin back to Odom. This side to Starks. And feed the ball in. Kinchin, who kicks it back out to Odom, now to Starks. So Denham will try to slow play this, try to get a foul called against one of the Wildcats. And there is the foul being called by Brennan Anderson. Starks didn't like the way he was fouled, but maintains his composure.
Yeah, but you know, if you don't, he didn't really do anything that was like a flagrant foul or anything like that. But you know, sometimes if you don't wrap them up like that, the refs just kind of let it slide, and they won't actually call the foul. So you know, I mean, I think Anderson did the right thing right there by just kind of wrapping him up a little bit for the foul.
Yeah, I don't think it was flagrant at all. It's just the fact that he held him for so long.
Right.
So Starks misses his free throw. His first of his 1-1. Out of bounds. The Wildcats will inbound the ball now. Go the other direction. There's Jacoby Scott. Bring the ball down. 1:14 to play. 58-64 is our score. Wildcats looking for some quick points here. Michael Scott kicks the ball out to Brendan Anderson for 3 off the rim. Rebound by Starks. Bring it down, and it'll be fouled by Carlisle.
Yeah, it really looks like Walker's picking who they want to put at the free throw line there. You know, they're going to send Starks to the line yet once again.
So the scoreboard is adjusted to what I had also. So it's now 9 to 10 fouls. Starks will go to the line to shoot 1-1. Shoots and misses. Wildcats get the rebound. Drive down quick. 1 minute to play in this contest. Kick the ball out to Michael Scott, who tries the 3. And he makes it. So 3 points for Michael Scott right there. He now has 23. Wildcats have 61 total.
Yeah, and that's something uncharacteristic that you don't normally see by Michael Scott there. He's more of an inside presence and plays inside out. But you know, he's not afraid to step back behind the line and make the 3 there when needed as well.
61-64 is our score here at Walker High School. Denham Springs taking on Walker in this District 4-5A contest. A great crowd on hand. Everybody enjoying this basketball game. And a very controlled crowd, I'm very happy to say. Nobody's really getting upset about the officiating or the calls or anything going on. So a good job by both of these fans.
Yeah, so the fans are doing great tonight. They're excited when they need to be excited. There's been a couple questionable calls on both sides, and the fans have the right to let the refs know what they think in a reasonable manner. So we can hear them now getting loud right now. So
yep.
But Chris, if this game goes like the rest of the games that we've seen recently, you might have to pick me up off the floor when the clock hits 0.
Well, let's just narrow the gap here. One more three-pointer, and we're right back in it. So 54 seconds to play in this contest, and it's very close again. So we're bringing some very good action here on TV. So the games that are on TV, most of them are pretty close, which is a good thing for the fans at home as well.
Yeah, and it's a good thing for us. It's much easier for Chris and I to be excited and call these games with enthusiasm when both teams are playing hard and playing well.
61-64, Denham leads, and Starks will inbound for the Yellow Jackets. They'll have to go the length of the court once the ball is inbound. There's Odom. Quick pass to Kinchin. He'll drive down, kick it out to Davidson. Easy lay-in. He'll have 2 more points. 45 seconds. Jacoby Scott drives down. Tyler Dice shoots, misses the 3. And Davidson will be fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes against Michael Scott. That's his 4th, team foul number 10. So for the rest of the night, it's 38 more seconds, Jimmy. But anyway, 2 shots by either team. Both teams going to double bonus.
Yeah, and so, Walker the ball just happened to fall into the wrong hands for Walker. Zach Davidson has made 7 free throws tonight out of about 9. So he's a pretty solid free throw shooter at the line right now.
The scoreboard shows 9 team fouls. It should be 10 to 10. So Zach Davidson will be shooting, and he makes his first free throw. 61-67 is our score. So Starks will be one of the guys in the block for Denham, as will Odom. Davidson shoots and makes the second. So Michael Scott inbounds, He'll drive down quickly for Walker. In the paint, floater, and it goes in. 2 points, and Skro calls timeout.
Yeah, it's a good call, timeout by Skro. We talked about you don't want to, you got to save the timeouts for the right times, and he's got enough here that he can use some for for when it really counts.
Wildcats have 1 timeout remaining, and the Yellow Jackets have 3 timeouts remaining. So Yellow Jackets have 2 fulls and a 30. Wildcats have 1 full timeout. 63-68 is our score. And next time your Wildcats will be in action will be Thursday once again. They'll travel to Broadmoor to take on the Buccaneers Thursday night. Freshmen start at 5, JV at 6:15, and the varsity at 7:30. And again, the reason that game is a Thursday night game is because the Broadmoor Buccaneers, Terrence Gillette is the head coach for the boys and the girls, so he will be traveling with the girls to Walker High School for the girls game, which will be on TV, MeTV channel 117, and also on 30.1 over the airway or www.walkerhigh.org.
Yeah, and so it's exciting to have multiple games in a week, especially multiple home games in 1 week.
Tyler Dice almost gets the steal, but ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Denham ball. This has been the Neighbors Federal Credit Union game. It's been very exciting. We appreciate those guys. Starks now gets fouled by Dice, trying to get the steal. That's his 4th foul. Team foul number 10 now. Jacoby Scott with 4 fouls. Michael Scott with 4 fouls. Tyler Dice with 4 fouls. Brendan Anderson with 3 fouls. So a lot of fouls by the Walker Wildcats.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that was a pretty late call. It looked like almost a replay of the exact same thing we saw, one play before where Dice just wasn't there, quick enough to knock it out of bounds, and then, he was there again and got called for the foul.
That is Starks shoots. He makes his first free throw. And with 25 seconds and a 6-point lead, it's looking like it's going to be a Yellow Jacket victory here tonight. He shoots and misses his second free throw. Rebound by Michael Scott. He'll drive down quickly. Goes in for the lay-in, and he'll be fouled. Foul goes against number 20. That's Odom. How many fouls he's got, Jimmy?
That's sort of his third foul. So I mean, the only person in real foul trouble here is Monterio Whitley, who has 4, and I don't believe he's not even in right now. So Denham Springs is doing okay in foul trouble.
Michael Scott makes his first free throw. He now has 26 points on the night. 64 for the Wildcats, 69 for the Yellow Jackets. Michael Scott shoots and misses the second. Rebound by Brennan Anderson. Tyler Dice shoots the 3, cannot find the mark. Rebound by Starks, and he'll be fouled. Foul goes against number 12, Michael Scott. That'll be his 5th foul, so he'll foul out. They're going to call the foul against Michael Scott, and so Coach Severio, football flashback. Coach Skro will have to make a change in personnel as Scott fouls out. A couple of Walker fans giving him an ovation for playing hard.
Yeah, and Scott must have lost count of. He must have got called for a foul that he didn't think he did. He looked like was a little confused by the amount of fouls that he had.
Starks will go to the line for the Yellow Jackets, shoots and makes his first. 70-64 is our score with 10.9 seconds to play.
And Walker's really kept this game close. They've really had their about 1 or 2 plays away from just really turning this thing around.
Will shoot and miss. Brennan Anderson rebound, cannot get it to fall. And Brennan Anderson will get called for the foul, a hard foul. Foul goes against 24. Brennan Anderson, that's his 4th foul. So it looks like the Yellow Jackets will go to the line once again to shoot. With 0.2 seconds to play in this contest, the referee is saying, "Hey, you got to come fill the boxes up." This is just ceremonial, if you will. 70-64 with 0.2 seconds in this contest. Odom misses the first. So Denham will go on to win this contest. They will improve to 18-6, 4-2 in district, and misses that, and then that is the end of this contest. The final score: Denham Springs 70 and Walker Wildcats 64. We'll take a break and we'll come back and wrap things up. This has been Walker Basketball on Me TV.
Carter Supermarket, we're here for you. We're here for you, cutting meat, fresh every day. Offering the freshest produce, helping you get on your way. People who like to shop smarter, like shopping at Carter's. Carter's Supermarket, we're here for you.
Hey you. Yes, you. Nowadays, going to a bank is time consuming. Have you ever thought of online banking? It helps you manage your money when it's ideal for you, and it saves your time. So, are you ready to try something new? Give it a go. Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
At Walker Tire, we've got more than just tires. How about automotive repair and service, belts and hoses, plus tires? We can fix electrical problems and power door locks, plus tires. Shocks, brakes, and alignments, plus off-road, lawn, agriculture, and high-performance tires.
We'll keep you on
and off-road ready.
That's Walker Tire and Automotive.
We've got everything for your wheels and more.
Walker Tire and Automotive, Florida Boulevard, east of 447 in Walker.
Sombrero's Mexican restaurant offers our customers some of the most authentic and delectable Tex-Mex cuisine in the area, all served in a family-friendly atmosphere. We use only the freshest ingredients of the highest quality, from our delicious enchiladas and burritos to our amazing chicken steak or shrimp fajitas, the house specialty. We have something to please everyone. Join us for food and fun at Sombrero's Mexican restaurant.
This game has been brought to you by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Jimmy Guidry
This
here with
game
you. And your final score, once again, Denham Springs beats Walker High School 70-64 in this district contest.
Yeah, and it's another tough break by Walker. You know, they really came out and played really hard this game. You know, they shot well in the first half. They shot pretty well in the second half. Just a couple more shots, and they're right there in it.
Right. Leading scorer for the Wildcats, Michael Scott, 26 very impressive points as he fouls out. So playing well on the boards as also playing well on defense, getting a couple of fouls, and he fouled out. And who's the leading scorers for the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, so I mean, Davidson did a lot of work down low. He had 23 points. He also made about 6 or 7 free throws as well. So I mean, you know, when you put somebody on the line and they can really make them count, you know, it really hurts you. So you know, you take away some of his free throw attempts, and you know, we have a tied game, or maybe even Walker comes out on top. You know, Odom also he was shooting really well in the first half, had a lot of his points there, but he finished the game with 14, and Twan Starks finished the game with 15. So you know, they had 4 guys, and Kinchin with 12, 4 guys in double figures there to really lead them.
With the loss, the Wildcats dropped to 9-15 overall, 1-5 in district. And with the win, Denham Springs improves to 18-6, 4-2 in district. Our next game will be January 30th. That's this Friday. Come on out to the Glenn Ellis Gym and support your Lady Cats as they take on the Broadmoor Lady Bucks. And the next game for the Walker Wildcats will be Thursday at Broadmoor, taking on the Broadmoor Buccaneers. For Jimmy Guidry, I'm Chris Ledoux. We're wrapping things up. Thank you for tuning in and watching on this broadcast. This has been Walker Basketball on Me TV.